everybody, let's get into it a little bit today and talk about what kind of message we send with this right here. That is a stores to thread hydrant adapter, and it stays secured to the end of the supply line just about at all times. This quietly and probably unintentionally speaks to anyone who sees it and conveys this message. We are a forward lay department. We are more likely to stop at a hydrant, reduce our crew size, take extra time, and lay into a fire than we are to come in and get to work. The problem with this message is that times have changed. This may be a necessary tactic in some places with sparse populations and long backup times, but that isn't the reality for many departments. Research and data have clearly demonstrated that time is our greatest adversary. Time allows fires to grow rapidly. Time allows toxic exposure to become lethal to victims. And physics and engineering tell us that to achieve the most utility out of available water supply, we should always put a pump at the hydrant. The forward lay mindset gets in the way of all of that. There are a great many examples of how that adapter is more likely to foil up our work than to offer benefit. 1. Engine 1 arrives and begins fire attack. Engine 2 arrives, drops supply and reverses to the hydrant because best practice is to always put a pump on the plug. Engine 1 driver now needs to disconnect the hydrant adapter so that the hose can connect to the intake. Hopefully, whoever made that connection last was at least courteous enough to orient the release tabs on the same side of the hose. 2. Engine 1 arrives to a home with a 300-foot long driveway. They drop 5 inches of the street and lay in to support a water shuttle. Tender 1 arrives and has to remove the adapter to connect to their discharge outlet. 3. Engine 1 arrives and has a hydrant next door that they can take. Engine 1 driver stretches a 50-foot section off the bed to the plug and makes the connection. He or she then disconnects at the coupling to hook into the intake, but alas, it is just about 10 feet too short. So the driver then pulls the short section of 5-inch to finish the job, but guess what? Another adapter to remove before the job can be completed. 4. Engine 1 arrives to a well-involved fire. They stop short at the hydrant and drop their supply to expedite the hookup, but they don't connect to the hydrant because best practice is to always have a pump on the plug, and they don't have a 4-way valve. Engine 2 comes in and can simultaneously pump their tank water to Engine 1 while making their hydrant connection. Engine 2 driver now has to remove the adapter to connect to the discharge outlet, adding an extra step and delaying water. In all of these examples, we have seen how pre-rigging an adapter backfires. The sexless coupling was a technological development to make it easier to make connections, regardless of which end of the hose you had. The fire service has managed to find a way to defeat that advance by resexing a sexless device. When an adapter is needed, it is faster to snap the needed adapter onto the hose or to thread it onto the hydrant than it is to remove it when it is not needed, as you can see here. What was envisioned as a way to save time and effort has become all but obsolete, and it didn't really save that much time to begin with. One might go so far as to say that an adapter probably needs to be removed more than it needs to be left in place. So let's keep those adapters where they belong, in the hydrant bags and in the compartments. As a side note, adapters can be specified in rigid rocker lug or long handle. Long handles save time and eliminate the need for tools to tighten. Spec your equipment to your needs. Don't just take what you get from a vendor. Like and subscribe for more thoughts to ponder. Thank you.